The Ditshomo Schools Outreach Program, brought to you by the Market Theatre Foundation in collaboration with the ASC's Mining Trust, is a program that provides an opportunity to high school learners with a hands-on experience in the different careers within the theatre performance arts space. This documentary will answer the following questions. What is Ditshomo? Who is a part of Ditshomo? And how do the students benefit from the program?
Ditshomo, and that it's a schools outreach program offering to the grade 11 and the grade 12s. So I think once this round is up, you must let your friends, fellow pupils know, the next ones that are coming behind you. Next year there'll be another intake. And Pila is to show them there are other careers behind the scenes like myself, like what you're going to see today, the designers, lighting, sound, instead of only acting. There's more to it than just acting. So that is the aim, introduce you to the full value chain careers in the entertainment industry. So this year we had 57 participants from a wide variety of schools in the Joburg region. And for 5 months, every Saturday, these learners were that committed. They came here every Saturday without fail for 5 months. And again, thank you, like Temba said, to the parents, to the teachers that allowed us that opportunity in between school. Because grade 11 and grade 12, we know how hectic the workload is. But these learners were very committed and saw it through for those 5 months. And they attended those workshops in playwriting, as I said, directing, set and costume, lighting design, sound design, as well as producing, thanks to Zodwa. They also had a chance to have a behind-the-scenes experience with 2 other professional shows that were showing on this very here stage. So they didn't just get to watch it as everybody else would, but got to interact with the actors in the rehearsal spaces to see how the process unfolds until you get the whole project on. For today, those 5 months have culminated in why we're gathered here.
My name is Mwale, coordinator of festivals and outreach programs. We're not looking for perfect wedding or phasing. We're looking for raw talent. So we listen to more than what they say, but what is it that they wanted to tell you. But it's the inner creativity in that particular child that's more important.
My name is Bitolam Trina, and I'm part of the Ditshomo program.
Greetings, I'm PT Vuyalo McKay, and I'm part of the Ditshomo program.
Hi, my name is Jackson Mwatlani, and I am a Ditshomo alumni. I used to do Ditshomo last year, 2021.
Hi, my name is Palisa Mazamisa. I am a writer, a playwright, dramaturge, and director. And as part of the Ditshomo program, I was a facilitator for the writing and directors.
My name is Vangile Mpumlwana. I am a sound designer at Fifth Legacy Studios and a facilitator at the Market Theatre Ditshomo Program.
I'm Karabale Khwabe, and I'm a professional set and costume designer. I'm teaching set and costume design in the Ditshomo project, where I'm teaching high school learners who are interested in the creative industries about what set and costume design is.
The selection process, the criteria is to, first and foremost, we bring the teachers together at the Market Theatre to sell the project to them, to make sure they understand what it's all about, and from there they go back to schools to talk to the learners with a view to identify learners that will be relevant to the project. But that does not end there. In the end, when we've scheduled the time and days when we come to schools to engage with the learners, it's when then it starts. We'll then have to talk to learners. We need to find about 5 per school, over 12 schools, 5 times 12, 60 learners.
I found out about the program from my drama teacher. Our drama teacher is very passionate about theatre and arts, and her love has enhanced my passion for it. And because of that, I was absolutely enthralled by the idea of being able to join the Ditshomo program, because it's going to give me a chance to grow and to learn more about theatre.
Ditshomo, the program, the people who were running the program came to my school, and they started auditioning people. They started asking questions, who wants to do what and how. And then I got successful, and then I entered the program, and everything went well, everything was okay. So they then brought us to the sections where we were going to start working.
I live in Orange Farm. I studied to a school called Teta Secondary School. And I joined the Ditshomo program after my English teacher told me there were people coming to the school for certain aspects of art. And I was like, this is me right there. I had to be part of that.
And then the teachers, I must be honest, they fight for their kids. They want them to take the rest of them, which is not possible. Then we're going to move to another schools. Within 2 months, we'll be able to have the number of kids that we're looking for.
This year in the Ditshomo program, we took a little bit of a different approach. And so what we did is we combined the lessons about writing and directing. So we started first with the writing. Obviously, without the story, there's no production. So what we did with the writing, we looked at what is a story and how do you structure a story. So we looked particularly at the 3-act structure. What is the 3-act structure? What are the high points? What are the midpoints? How do you create the inciting incidents and all those little plot points that move a story along?
I created Put That Foot Down, and along my directors and my co-writer Butelo, we wrote the script with the help of Ditshomo Mazamisa. So this is a comedy satire to just address a serious issue within our families that needs to be addressed by putting that foot down.
This story talks about what's happening in the country, and it is not much given attention to, And I think the purpose of this story is to raise an awareness, and of course is to make you laugh.
The synopsis for our story is that Obakeng has been bullied by his sister-in-law throughout the entire marriage. He is introverted and complacent. Thus, he hasn't really spoken out to his wife about the ill treatment that his sister-in-law gives him. This feeds Kidiwone, the sister-in-law, her sadistic tendencies. Lisa, his wife, refuses to reprimand her sister out of respect and love. But really, should she not defend her man?
I wanted to direct something that people will connect with. You get the story, to connect with the actors, to feel related with this part of piece.
So the learners created their own stories, which they pitched within the group, and then they got to choose amongst themselves which story they preferred.
Kidibone was at that spot collecting the guns. What?
What's going on
here? Look, when I need Kidibone is hot. She's fine as hell.
Chef Zeki, Zeki, that's not choice. Zeki fell hard. He fell hard for the girl.
Come on, I'm telling you, Kidibone and I went on a date. After the date, then we fell in love. After we fell in love, we never looked back.
We even went on a heist together, Nani.
Nah, come on, run away. I'm just playing, no heist.
I've been focusing on teaching them the basic theory, so understanding scales, understanding line, understanding colors, understanding textures, and how all of these things come together. But also a very important element has been teaching them where the designer comes in the whole process, how you relate to your director and how you relate to your other designers, because even though it's separate designers, all of the design elements have to be cohesive.
Like we have our facilitator, which is Intabiseng, and Karabo. One thing I've learned about being a costume designer or being a set designer is that you have to communicate. You have to communicate with your designer because there will be a lot of concoction. Okay. So that's what we learned, and I've really I have grown as a person.
What I think the kids will learn from this process is, in terms of set design, spatial understanding, so understanding the sizes of places and how many things you can put on the stage, but also just text analysis and being able to break down a text, being able to create a world and a space for the actors and the directors to work on. And then in terms of costume, I do think that the kids will learn a lot about, first of all, understanding people's body types, understanding how to dress a person according to their class, according to their profession, according to their hobbies and likes and the things that they do within the production, but also understanding line and color and patterns. So I think there's a lot of general design elements that the kids will learn here that they can use even outside of a production design space in their own homes, just knowing how to arrange furniture and how to put things in ways that make sense, including how to put an outfit together that's suitable for the certain person in a certain class with a certain body type.
We decided on a realistic set because this is magic realism. The set is separated by a street because the turning point / the driving plot is where this happens. We have one house on each side which are on roster, so then the entire audience can see. We decided to only focus on rooms where the main action takes place. In this case, it's Malitsati's kitchen and Otile's living room. Downstage, we have Daudia Rora's house, who is a traditional healer, which is on a turning elevation so that you can see the outside and the inside of the house.
Ke phamisa moya wa ka ho wena morena, ke kopa o be le monna wa ka kwa leng teng, ke kopa o phumule dikeledi morena. Madimabe ke a ho kopa. Oh Heavenly Father, when there is this noise, you are my peace. The fuck? The fuck?
King, what's wrong? No, I can't.
What the fuck?
No, that's not true. I didn't try to kill you. Oh, it's scary.
You had your hands around me.
No, I was taking away. No, I tried to come into. Come on, baby. I'm sorry.
They have an amazing ability at the Market Theatre to take different skills and apply them into different settings. One being the theatre setting and the sound in the theatre settings. Most sound engineers and sound designers only have the opportunity to design for film, broadcast and television. In a theatre setting you have cues that you need to stay on time for, and that creates a lot more fast-paced setting for the students. I think there's a lot of value to get from that. So the Ditshomo program allowed them to try something new of which you wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. I find that quite unique.
presentation will be a little practical, so I'd like my audience to please participate with me. I am part of the sound design team, and I'm standing right in front of you as a representative of the sound design class. First, I'd like to share our experience through the journey of design. As I was questioning my team about their experiences, I found that we all enjoyed common things.
A student can expect from my class a basic understanding of sound design, the elements of sound design and what comes into that. I'm very focused on bringing students onto a modern working space, that being cloud services, how to use the most cutting edge and the latest technology that we have at our disposal.
Our facilitator, Mr. V, played a huge role in drawing us into the sound industry, and I believe my team will agree with me on that one. Yes! He gave us all the confidence to stay and be more interested in what we were doing and the importance of it all. Therefore, we have a lot to thank him for. E.g., we look representable today. It's his work. We learned a lot from him as he built our characters as strong concrete, and believe me when I say we are unshakable when it comes to sound.
I find it very important to expose the students to different scenarios, that being of broadcast. We even host small record labels just so they understand publishing as well. I find that very important.
I will be presenting to you guys the Doors. These are the sounds that we have sourced out to match the emotions of the script. Okay. What comes to your mind when you hear this sound? How does it make you feel? Doesn't it build tension? Woo! Or hold your attention as to what is the Doors? My second sound. This creates a feeling of mystery and makes you slightly nervous or afraid because we do not know what is going to happen inside the mansion as they enter. My last sound. Now, when a light switches off, doesn't make the place or room be dark. And usually, people aren't afraid of the dark, they are afraid of what's in it. So, now imagine yourself as you pass through the doors. How would you feel? And would you pass through the doors?
Ma, I'm sick and tired of you telling me what to do. You left me with a black widow. Yes, definitely. This woman that you left me with, Papa, I wish you were here. You've left me with a real black widow, Papa. I told you not to call me again.
No. No. Like, okay. 5 likes, eh? Like, 5 likes, eh? This guy. One of good ideas, what do you kiss at that credit? These are my likes. I deserve to be famous. Fuck. Loves me.
Why doesn't he love me? Everyone loves me. I try so hard to give him attention. I just want him to love me.
I would most definitely advise any students who are passionate about theatre and arts to join this program. This program is absolutely amazing. Not only do they have amazing teachers, but they have amazing skill sets and assets to give to other people. There's so much that is taught, and you can't really just learn that from a textbook. So much is so hands-on, and you have to experience it for yourself to make sure that you learn, that you grasp it. And trust me, everyone is so welcoming and loving and comforting that you'll never feel like you're behind or you're slow. You'll always feel included, and you'll always understand what's happening, and it will go at your own pace.
Well, I hope that the learners will take home a lot of the lessons that they got from this particular program. And I think that one of the big lessons is that we work in teams. How do you work in a team? How do you negotiate your point? How do you compromise? How do you manage conflict? How do you bring people on board? So I think that those are life lessons that, regardless of what area they choose to go into in the future, these are lessons that they're going to need in any kind of job situation, because we are not islands, we work with people constantly.
We're a mining company that was founded some 22 years ago. Black-owned, Black-run, Black-managed mining company. It occurred to me and the trustees of EMDT, as we call it, that we need to support the arts, because in many ways, we think every student is going to be good at maths or English or Afrikaans or any of the things that you learn at school. Perhaps it's restrictive because there are people with many other talents that often the school curriculum doesn't quite expose. And we thought that we can partner then with the Market Theatre to say, how do we expose young people, yourselves and others, to the world of theatre making, in this particular case, but generally to the arts, whether they are the visual arts, the performing arts, the fine arts, whatever kind of arts you want, dance, music, and so forth, that you have an understanding that some of your talents, and I saw one of the plays that was staged here, was that some of the talents are slightly hidden behind you, or around you, or above you. All you have to do is to look a little further. So on that very brief note, I wish you luck and wish you all of the good things in the future. I'm sure all of you wanted to become actors, but I'm sure some of you have figured out that maybe you love to do the sound, maybe you love to do the dress, the costumes, maybe you love to do something else. So stay attuned. I've just spoken to the Chief Executive of the Market Theatre about how we must try and stay in touch with you. So all our best wishes from ASU, the Mining Development Trust. Thank you very much.
How incredible was that? We learned about directing, set, costume, sound, and even lighting design. It's so inspiring and amazing to see young people passionate about the arts and culture. So if you are interested in this, contact us. And who knows, maybe we will be working with your school next.